What is going on, guys? Noah Brewer here, and I'm here with Wes. You might recognize him from the new CBO video, the new CBO method video that I uploaded a couple weeks ago. And we're just talking about video editing. I wanted to bring him on here because he edited his own video. He talked about it a little bit in that the new CBO method one. But I had a couple questions, and I wanted to ask him, just in general, but I really wanted to film it and put it on my YouTube channel so that you guys can hear the answers as well. Just a little introduction to West. I mean, you guys saw his ad account in the other video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out because I'm pretty transparent with everything in that. Basically, he did about 230K last month in sales, and we brought it to around 10,000 a day, which it kind of took a little dip now, but we took it very big, very quickly, right? Like within 30 days, it was doing 10,000 a day with like a $1,500, $2,000 ad spend. So we maintained a very high ROAS. And I like to think that part of the reason is because of the video that he created, and kind of sprouting off of that, he started a video agency as well. And I've been using him with other students, and they've been seeing 5, 6 ROAS as well. So there's a lot of results pumping out of this guy right now. West, what motivated you to start your own video agency as opposed to just hiring somebody to do? Because I know that you were for a bit, you were just hiring somebody else, and then just out of nowhere you had this beautiful idea of doing it yourself. So what was that idea like?
Well, I think it's funny, just first of all, you're saying like pumping out results right now, and not to like rub you off or whatever, but I'm just saying like it's definitely been a big part of working with you that I'm getting these results. So thank you for that. And also I appreciate you having me on here on your channel. So let's see, what motivated me to just start creating my own videos? It was mainly, it's like most things, right? Like I think most people listening to this video can probably relate. Like a lot of times you start doing something because you either get a kick in the pants, you fail at something, so you need to start doing something different, or you're literally just so frustrated that you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sure people can relate to that. So I was just having like typical frustrations that most drop shippers have when it comes to videos. I kind of tried a couple different ways of creating videos. I did them, I did them myself to start, which
was not good. Here, I want to cut in and say something.
Yeah.
When I said, you creating your own videos,
yeah,
you actually didn't want to create them yourself. You built a team to create them.
Yeah.
And kind of
I was
train
going to get to that. Yeah, I was going to get to that.
I would never recommend you to make your own videos, but we were able to. I mean, it just astounds me because I think sourcing is part of the skill that allowed you to find somebody so good.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that's the case. And I think, when it comes to why I did it, it was because I sucked at making videos myself. I think if you're not like experienced with video editing software, and specifically having had success with e-commerce videos in the past, if you need to know what you're doing, and you need to have a formula to be able to do it. So when I did it on my own, it was a nightmare. I wasted a lot of money. I guess the second thing, the reason why I did it is because I would hire freelancers that I found online on like Fiverr and stuff like that. And they also didn't really know what they were doing. And it's also, Fiverr puts you in a box, right?
Yeah, big surprise that Fiverr was shit.
Yeah, exactly. When you pay $5 for something, you're gonna get what you pay for. But the Fiverr puts you in a box, the Fiverr box. So they're not there to help drop shippers specifically. So when you go and work with them, they don't know that you're there to test the video as fast as possible so that you can make $100 grand. They think you're just there to get a $5 video. So it takes forever. But
and they don't know all the little things that just everyday drop shippers would know, like what type of music to use, what type of text to put in, how do they find the clips. You need somebody specialized in each of those things.
And they don't know the lingo either, so it's like makes communication so hard, dude. It's a nightmare. So that was kind of the second pitfall. And then I would hire other people who were sort of in the drop shipping space, but I just never found what exactly like I was looking for. And I have, like, as you know, we've been working together for 2 months now. And I have really high standards for stuff. I'm very organized. I set like meeting agendas, probably
Yeah.
not most like other students that you have.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah, I mean, we consider ourselves both professionals at what we're doing, so you got to like act like a professional.
Yeah, very
So
organized.
yeah, exactly. So those are kind of the three things, and I just ended up getting super frustrated. And it wasn't like a thing where I was like, "Oh yeah, man, I'm gonna go create my own video agency because that's gonna be the sickest thing to do." It was literally just like, "Wow, if I want to build my drop shipping business to the scale that I wanted to get to, which is very high, I need to outsource the things I need to outsource, which you and I talked and we were like, videos is clearly something I need to outsource. I shouldn't be doing. And I needed it done in a day. Like I couldn't
Right.
wait because we were trying to test like 7 to 10 products a week. So we'd be waiting for 2 or 3 weeks to even get the videos
Yeah.
done. So
That is
anyways,
ridiculous.
it was like, hey, how can we be in a situation where we can make videos in a day and they're really good, made professionally? And so I was like, I didn't see anything in the market that could offer that. So I was just like, you know what, I'll just make it myself. And we've
Right.
accomplished that. So it's been pretty cool.
Yeah. It was kind of an afterthought where, I was having some time frame issues with my editor as well. And, after seeing like we tested a lot, bro. Like when you were in your product testing phase, it was like 10 to 15 products that you tested with no results.
Yeah.
And it was almost immediate, like right when you worked with your team, it was almost immediate, more sales, more traction, and literally like 3 or 4 products in, you were getting like a 6 ROAS, which was really crazy. And we had this idea. I had an issue with my video editor, right? So I was like, dude, why don't you make videos for my guys?
Yeah.
And that was kind of like how it all came together, which is interesting.
Yeah, man, it's been cool, and the best part is that I'm not making the videos. It's the whole team that
Mhm.
I've created and my business manager who manages all of it. So
Yeah. Like
it's
you're
been,
not just some random guy who's trying to, get money from all the drop shippers. You were just kind of doing it for yourself, and it worked really, really well. And then obviously I saw that as an opportunity to take advantage of you, obviously in a way where you get paid, but
taking advantage of me. Yeah, no,
yeah.
it's awesome because when I order my videos now, they just go into the same queue to the same people
Mhm.
that the hundreds of other drop shippers that I'm now making videos for, they all
Mhm.
get the same video. So like my business manager, when he sends them to me, it's just like, oh, here's West's, here's,
Right.
John's, here's Richard's. I'm getting the same stuff that other people are. I'm just kind of like, great. Now I have this service. I always get 1 day delivery and I get it.
Same treatment, right?
Yeah, exactly. Which is awesome. So it's been
Yeah.
really good. It's been hugely beneficial. And now I know for a fact that the video side of my business, it's just taken care of. Like,
Yeah. Very, very well taken care of.
yep.
But I had a question talking about the 6 RAS, which by the way, I've had 3 different stores, different students
Really?
see 6 RAS with your videos.
Really?
Um,
Wow.
so I'm wondering what's the main, which I've seen, those numbers with other people's videos, but there's just something special about the drop ship vids fast videos where it's like a special thumbnail or just something stupid that seems to be unique. But what are the main things that you guys like to do differently with your videos?
Yeah, that's a good question. I actually get that from from people when they're like considering becoming clients. They're like, "Look, I could get this for, kind of the same price elsewhere. Why would I work with you guys?" And I actually had to think about it because I was like, why are we getting such like good results and why are people coming back to us again and again? And I
Hmm.
think the reason is just comes down to one thing, which is actually a pretty simple, grounded business principle. What I was able to suss out, which is how are you going to get better or different results in any business situation? You need to be different, and you also need to be better. It's not any more complicated than that. So when you think about a video, how do you actually differentiate yourself in the drop shipping space? Because that's what we're in, right? It's very simple. Most people are not getting professional videos done in the drop shipping space. And we create highly, highly professional videos, right? So when
Hmm.
most people are creating videos, they're not professional. What does that mean? They don't have professional script writers behind them. They don't have
transitions.
They don't have professional transitions. They don't have professional video editors. They don't, it's all people who are kind of doing this on the side as like a side hustle or something like that. They don't have people literally
Save
sitting
like to save $50 here and there.
Yeah, which is a silly thing. But that's when it comes down to it, it's the professionalism of the videos that we create. And it's also the thought process behind all the videos. We actually have dedicated people who are looking at the videos and who are saying like, okay, how can we touch on the customer's pain points, which we ask all of our clients, hey, what are the main pain points that we need to touch on? Hey, what are the main ownership benefits that we need to touch on in the video? So every video, it's, hitting that pain point when the customer sees that ad on, Instagram or Facebook, and then it's quickly saying, hey, here's the benefit of owning this product in a very professional and like succinct way. So it really creates like a nice story in the customer's mind. So with all that said, to answer your question, it's just a level of professionalism that's a cut above everything else that's out there. So it just stands out. It's like when you see an ad from Nike during like the World Cup or something. It's like this beautiful like cinematic thing. I'm not saying that that's where we're at, because we're not, but it's something different than, the stuff that you just do fbdown.net off of your, the other ad that you see, you just steal it and then pop up your own watermark on it. Like that's not
right. It's
all fresh stuff. So, and yeah, I am a drop shipper. I did that in the past too. That was a mistake. Don't steal people's videos. But yeah, that's it, man. It's professional.
Yeah, Facebook will put you in jail for that one.
Yeah, I've been there.
But I think I have a question for later on, but I'm going to ask you right now, which is obviously a question that a lot of people have, and I've dealt with this a million times, with my students. There's a little bit of financial part of it because, getting somebody to make videos costs a little bit of money. And some people just don't have that, and it's better off in testing. But let's ignore that, right? Let's assume that somebody did have the money, or they could make it happen if they really wanted to, like mow extra lawns or like whatever the hell they needed to do. Should people make their own videos to try and save on that $60, or should they hire somebody to do it?
Look, man, I think that question is actually wrapped in a bigger question, right? Which is, do you want to make a small amount of money by acting in a small way? Or do you want to make a massive amount of money by acting in a professional and a way that, someone who is really shooting for the moon would act, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
To take that out of vague terms, this is something that you've really helped me with, actually. To take this out of vague terms, are you doing the revenue generating activities that you need to be doing on a daily basis? And are you actively pushing away from you all the things that you don't need to be doing? Product research, doing certain things with your store, like fulfillment. Like you shouldn't even be thinking about fulfillment. You shouldn't even be thinking about responding to customers. You shouldn't even thinking about videos. You need to be pushing away as hard as you can all the things that you shouldn't be doing. And you need to be focusing on the 1 or 2 tasks every single day, which are basically ads and selecting the proper products to be testing. That's pretty much all that I do. And then just putting your head down on those things. So again, to go back to it, it's, do you want to, focus on the small things so that you can stay small? Or do you want to focus on the things that really, really matter so that you can go really big? Because trust me, if you are going to be trying to edit your own videos, I mean, you're just done. You're done. Like you're done before you even started. The thing that you need to be doing is giving your videos over to somebody else so that you can expand your business. And the day that I did that, everything changed. I mean, we saw that literally. It was like a gift from God. It was like everything just changed as soon as I decided to outsource.
The 6 ROAS gift.
Yeah, the 6 ROAS just came down from heaven, man. It blessed us for sure. So that's
I can add to this too.
Yeah.
Having probably like at least 70 students come in and out of my program this year, like seeing the students that end up becoming successful and the ones that don't, outside of like the amount of products they find, the amount that they test, like outside of that, if I'm only looking at the video side of things, it's a very rare occasion where somebody will actually find a winner using their own video. It's always, you know, they hired some guy from X here, wherever, but there's, you know, two main guys that I've seen the most results from, which is you and Sharif. And there have been people successful who make their own videos. Like I'm not going to say that that's not something that's possible, because of course it is possible. But if you come to me and you ask me personally, should you make it, or should you, like, it's in your best interest to get somebody else to do it, because you could have a complete banger of a product, and if your video is dumb, it won't make sales. Yeah. I think, you know, my next question was, how important do you think having a good video is with testing products? And I think it's like, it's definitely up there. Like, it's not the most important thing, because we both know that the most important thing is the product. Mm-hmm. But the video is like one of my top priorities, which is why I like building connections with, you know, people like Sharif and you, like skilled video editors, which obviously, I don't know, I've been using primarily you recently because of the high ROASs. Mm-hmm. But yeah, what would you add to that question? Like, how important do you think it is? Because we were testing products for a while without having a winner.
Yeah, how important do I think the video is? I think all drop shippers, if they kind of just take an inventory right now and they're thinking about testing a product, they'd probably, like, what are the most important things? It's probably like your product. So like actually thinking about, hey, does this product solve a problem? Is it unique? Can you buy it at Walmart? Like shit like that. All the stuff that you teach, which is like money. It's absolutely, the way that you taught me how to think about finding products really helped me to like reframe everything. Actually helped to create a framework. So anyway, if you're watching this video and you haven't seen Noah's sort of strategy of how to look at products, I would highly recommend you go watch his videos. I think they're free anyway. So, you think about the product, then you think about the video, and then you think about the targeting, right, on the ads. Mm-hmm. Like, there's not that much else that you need to like really focus on. There's probably some other stuff I'm forgetting, but the video is super important, because when you really think about it, and I'll just use my own example to paint this picture. I created one video for the recent ad, right? We launched it on April 16th. By the time that, and then it was at pretty much full tilt by the time that May kind of came around. In May 2019, which was last month, we did $230,000 in revenue and around $40,000 in profit.
Right. And that's just that one store.
Yeah, that was just that one store. But the key thing is, what was that? That was all on one video. So it's not like we went in there and we like changed shit up. Like, when you're doing your testing phase, everything needs to be like really like good and like on good foundation. So that's how important I would say the video is. Like, the product was a really good product. The targeting that we did was kind of good, but it's kind of obvious when you're in Facebook, honestly. And then the video, I mean, the video is what sold the thing.
And the product description, like the product description and the video brings them to the page, the description sells them. And then, you know, the product is what closes them, right? Like that's what closes the deal. I don't think a video or a description or anything closes the deal other than the product itself, just, you know, being a seller. But, and people might disagree with that, but fuck you, I get results. So
the video gets the attention, you know what I mean? And actually what's cool is that, you know, before I even started e-commerce, right? I was watching a video. It was actually an advertisement from Ty Lopez. And whatever you say about Ty Lopez, that's fine. He is an excellent salesman and an excellent advertisement. He's so persuasive. He said something that stuck to me to this day about video ads. He said, in this day and age, if you are missing out on video ads on either Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram, you're missing like an era of advertising where you literally have 24/7 little mini salesmen running around the internet selling things to millions of people at the same time. And that stuck in my head because I was like, wow, that's really what we're doing. You're creating this little video that's a minute long, which is going out and touching all these different people and selling them on something. It's so powerful. So if you're going to like use that power, but then send out a salesman who's not down on the pitch. He's not enthusiastic. He doesn't have confidence. He doesn't really know what you're doing. Dude, you're not going to sell any product.
Yeah.
But if you go out there with a professional, you're going to sell.
Yeah, you get one pro to sell them all.
Yeah.
Which is good. Yeah, I think the video is pretty important. Because I have seen the difference. I've seen people make the transfer from making them themselves, or even just going from one video editor to the other. Everybody has their own little different style, and some perform better, some don't. But yeah, it definitely makes a difference. And one thing that I wanted to add too is I'm excited for like the next 3, 4, or 5 months, because you're going to be testing products with those videos as well. And when you have a successful video, you're going to go back and tell your team like, this video crushed it. And eventually, right, they're going to be able to connect the dots, like similar to the way that I have with Facebook ads, and just be like, okay, these are the patterns and what works between 15 different winning products. And then their videos are just going to keep getting better and better. It's the difference between me, or like me doing something myself and having it, I'm just doing it on the side, right? It's here and there. And me doing Facebook ads 12 hours, or like 8 to 12 hours a day for 2 years straight, like crazy shit. Like,
it adds up.
It's a local business owner tries to create their own Facebook ads. What do? They make a post, they like our page and click boost, and you
$20 boost.
Yeah, you compare that to what somebody like me would do. It's completely different. And obviously, I'm the one that brings the results. They're not going to really know what they're doing, because they're good at, massaging people or trimming lawns or whatever their business is.
Right.
So I think that's a big factor. It's like, and that's why I tell people, don't make your own videos, because why would you, when you have resources of people who literally specialize in this shit?
Yeah.
Like, don't try to if you want to be a video editor and work for West, do that. But if you don't, then hire him, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would definitely say that. Like, whether you work with dropshipvidsfast.com, which is my video editing site. We do dropship videos for Facebook and Instagram for 1 to 3 day delivery every time. Whether you work with us or whether you, like Noah said, like there are other video editors out there who are maybe going to create like a type of video that you really like, that whatever. But I think, they'll take a little bit longer, but whatever floats your boat. But honestly, what we've created is what I wanted as a really high level drop shipper to have in my back pocket. So I could just be like, boom, I need a video, and it's done the next day, and I can test. And it's just like, you can make money so much faster. So
and essentially what you're doing, you're getting access to the same video editor as somebody doing 10K per day.
Yeah.
Right? With a very minimal ad spend, like a $1,000 to $2,000 ad spend. So I think just that resource alone is like really valuable to people. And before we cut this video off, I'm going to have a link in the description to dropshipvidsfast.com. I don't know if there's going to be some sort of special promotion, but it's really not a lot of money for what these guys are doing, especially with the quick delivery times.
Yeah.
But yeah, I advocate for it. You guys know that I wouldn't bring a bullshitter on here. I've used his videos. They bring good results. He's used them. He's gotten good results. It's just proven. And like I said, you don't want to be in a situation where you have a winning product, like something that could do really well for you, and then you don't get any traction with it because you're using a shitty video that you thought that you can make good, right? Yeah, and that's not even me being mean to people. It's just me being straight up about it.
Yeah, agreed. So it's as simple as that. It's like, do you want to be professional, and do you want to just bring partners into your business who can help? Like me, right? When I started working with you, I had to be honest with myself. I was like, I was making some decent money, but like the profit just wasn't there. And so instead of just grinding, I was like, you know what? I need to be like what would a real business owner do in this situation? He would bring in a consultant who is an expert in this field to advise and to help make decisions about what should be done. And so that's why I brought you in. And literally, we weren't even running the product that we're running right now. And I went from doing $0 in profit, or maybe a little bit less or a little bit more on a daily basis, kind of up and down, to doing, I think it was like 1.5 to 2K a day in profit, pretty much within like 3 days. It was crazy.
Yeah, you had this big transition where you were doing like 3,000 a day in sales. And this is not the store that we've been talking about. This is a store that you already had running.
Yeah.
The one that took to 10K a day, we started from scratch.
Yeah.
But you were doing 3K a day with basically break even. And
so embarrassing.
whatever though. You were taking advice from too many people. You
Yeah.
were spending a shitload of money on CEOs and whatever. It was stupid. Maybe I'll make a video on how I turn this around. But basically, I just took a look at what was working and did more of that and turned off a bunch of shit. And it was almost like an overnight turnover where this store that was losing hope was all of a sudden making $1,000 a day in profit, you know?
Yeah. And that's when I knew I found a gem. I was like, oh man, if this guy can like literally turn this around in like a couple of days. And you know, it's funny because like we can hop on here and like talk about how great you are and how great I am, but like we're just literally like telling stories of what has happened in the last 2 months, which has been like pretty awesome shit. Like it's been pretty great.
And I'm just trying to show, I'm not even saying that to toot my own horn or toot your horn. I'm just trying to show like the difference that it can make to hire somebody who specializes in something.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say.
I don't make videos. If I made your video, it would be horrible. But I do Facebook ads. You know, that's my shit.
Yeah. I would not be, you know, where I am right now, and I wouldn't have the money in my pocket that I have right now if it weren't for working with you who specialized in Facebook ads, which is literally the lifeblood of like most of drop shippers. And I can actually equally say that we probably wouldn't be where we are right now either if I hadn't created my video editing team, because we probably would have gotten through so many videos. We probably would be having success, but we'd probably just be a little bit further down the line. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that would be my one piece of advice is just like, if you're, you know, kind of like dabbling here and there, it doesn't even cost that much. Just start to outsource things here and there. Just get a little bit smarter.
And test it out.
Yeah, just test it out. Yeah.
I'm not even telling people that they should hire somebody to do it to save time. I'm telling people to do it like as a strategy, right? Yeah. Like it's not really about saving time to me, because there are some things that I do in my business that I probably shouldn't, but I still do it because I like doing it. Which for some people it might be like that for videos, but it doesn't mean that you should do it, right? I tell people to outsource it because these people know what the fuck they're doing.
You know what's another good example? You should just quickly tell the story about how we decided, you and I, to outsource. There's so many bugs. Outsource product research. Just like tell a mini story, because dude, that was game changing as well. It's the same exact concept. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah. I mean, you're a busy guy, right?
True.
You didn't want to put all this time in the product research. And the way that I do things is he had to build a list, and then he would come back to me and I would tell him what's good and what's bad. But the ratio as to what's good and what's bad is very difficult because I've tested so many goddamn products, right? Like you could build a list of like 30 products and I probably tested every single one of them. Yeah. And if I haven't, you have a chance of finding something good. So it was just a lot of shit. And I have this on recording as well, which I'll be releasing in a few months, the whole process, taking this from 0 to 10K a day, because we recorded every single call just like we are now. And it was funny because I was watching it today and you're like, hey, why don't I just outsource this? Like, why don't I just pay somebody like $3 an hour or $5 an hour to find products, and then I'll just review it, and then I'll come to you with what I've reviewed. And, you pulled off with, I don't know, 200, 250 products in the first week or two. And we just had like such an abundance of good products to test.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's just another good example of how like we literally just not only saved time, but I hired people from who had done this before for many other e-commerce people. So when they came in, it was like literally all I had to do is tell them about your strategy, but there was no training involved. I just had my business manager go tell them what to do. They did it. Boom, we were done. It was just like, and it felt like a real business where you weren't jumping in through hoops doing everything. It was like, oh, is my ad ready yet? And he was like, yep, it's ready. Let's test it. Boom. We didn't even think about it at that point, So it was cool. It was really cool.
And that's a big, a lot of my students, they do product research themselves too, and they just don't show up, right? Like they just can't. And I don't blame them. It is a time thing, right? Like I don't blame them, but like it's just outsourcing in general. It allows you to do a lot more.
And you know what it is
'cause you're
too?
basically buying product.
It's that question too of like it's that entrepreneur question, which is not, oh man, I could never afford that, or I probably couldn't do that. It's like, how could I afford that, or how could I do that? Like, dude, when we thought, I was like, I don't know if I could do that, and you were like, why not? And I was like, yeah, maybe I can do it. And so we thought it through, and I was like, oh wow, I did the math just on a notebook, and I realized that all I would have to do is pay $1 for every product that was found. I paid $200 total for 200 products to be found.
Yeah, and what did you get out of that product list?
I got 40 grand in profit. That's what.
Yeah, that $200 that you paid, you know, just one of those products ended up being a winner. You know, you would make that back in a couple hours.
So it's just thinking like that. It's just like, maybe I never really thought of that. Could I outsource my product research? Could I outsource my videos? It's not even that expensive, and the world of a difference it makes. So it's just things like that. But it's really like talking with people who have had success like Noah, talking with people who have had success like me, and asking like, what are they doing different that I'm not doing? Because trust me, I've done things the hard and the stupid way in a lot of other areas too, not just drop shipping. There's always things that successful people are doing differently than people who are unsuccessful. And it's just, go ask the people who are successful. It's not that complicated. They'll tell you. So,
yep.
Anyways.
All right. Well, I'm gonna cut this off now. Anyways, guys, this is Noah Brewer, and I'm out. Peace.
Hey guys, I really hope that you liked that interview that I did with West. Like I said in the video, the link is in the description to sign up for his videos. They're like 60 bucks a piece for 3-day delivery. Not bad at all. I use them with all my students. But yeah, as you could tell, I definitely recommend making the switch and moving over to hiring people to create your videos. There are a lot of good video editors out there, but if you want to work with somebody that I personally recommend, West is the guy. Link in the description. Make sure that you actually purchase it through that link because I get a little kickback from it. It's just the relationship that we have. But yeah, hope you guys liked the video.